And I think that while we were excited about what we accomplished last year as a team, I also think we learned a lot about resiliency and critical lessons in life about the intangibles that it takes not to be denied, and actually used, and I told Tim this standing outside, some of the characteristics that he has in terms of what he did for his team last year in the game, in terms of being a phenomenal competitor, as an example, to our guys relative to how everybody had to buy in not to be denied in this game, that was an intangible that would make the difference in the game. And to be a champion, that's what you would have to do. And the players trusted in the plan, did a great job of going out and executing it, showed great mental resolve, played with a lot of physical toughness, and I've never been prouder of a group of players or the people in our organization. I'm talking about the coaches, everybody in our organization who helped prepare the players for this. It's a fantastic win against a great football team and a very well-coached team, and I've never been prouder of a group of players for what their accomplishment was in this game tonight. Greg did a phenomenal job. We had a good game plan. We did a great job of executing it, and defensively, even though we got a little confused in the second quarter, we did a really good job of making adjustments and playing better in the second half, and got them stopped in the red zone a couple times, which we weren't able to do last year. So this is a great victory for the state of Alabama. I'd like to thank everybody in our organization who worked so hard to make our program one of the best programs in the country, whether it's personal development, academics, or player development, or helping these players launch their career when they leave our program. They're all things that are important to have in a first-class program, and we have a lot of people involved in that. And our fans are a part of our team. They've been a great part of our team all year, and we certainly appreciate all they've done in terms of creating enthusiasm for our players and making our players feel what they do has a lot of gets a lot of positive self-gratification for them because of our fans' passion and enthusiasm, and we appreciate that as well. Well, I think there was a time when we had a team meeting after the Sugar Bowl, right before we started the off-season program back in February, that we kind of showed a picture to the players of the SEC championship, and we also said that there were some great teams and we would have some difficult times, but that we had to work to beat the best team in our league. And right now the best team in our league is the team that beat us in the SEC championship game. And everything you do, every time you go to work, every time we lift weights, every time you run, every time we practice, it's not to be as good as the guy you're playing against, it's to be as good as the guy you have to beat to be the champion. And that's the best team in the league. And our players bought into that. They worked extremely hard. I'd also like to say that this team, different than last year's team, had to have that kind of attitude because of expectations. A lot of people had a lot of expectations based on last year. Last year's team wanted to prove that they could be a good team. This team wanted to prove that they could do something special, and they wanted to be as good as they could possibly be. And that's how they worked, and that was the buy-in. And I think that's why playing in this game last year indirectly was a lesson that we all learned. I think we also learned that when you play in championship games, you can pretty much assume that the other team's going to be pretty good, and you can pretty much assume that they're going to have resolve and they're going to want to win the game. And it's going to take an undying, relentless, not to be denied attitude to be able to be a champion. And I think we learned that last year, and I think that's how we played in this game, and I think that's why we won the game as a team.
Okay, question down front. Go ahead.
For Greg, just what was the significance holding up two fingers on the podium out there, and then just if you also just talk about your feelings and emotions.
Well, the two fingers signifies 22. This is our 22nd SEC championship for the University of Alabama. It's something that's important. It's a big reason why a lot of people come here, is to play for the tradition. And our fullback said it best tonight. Baron Huber, he said, if you could write a page in history, what would you want it to say? And we wrote our page tonight, and I think that's just a tribute to the teams that have come before us. There's a lot of pride in playing at Alabama, and And I know I sure am proud to have the opportunity to play here. What was your second question? I'm sorry.
Emotions as the clock's ticking down, you were taking a knee.
It was kind of surreal in a certain extent. We really kind of went out there and we knew it was going to be like a boxing match. It was going to be 15 rounds. We knew it was going to go down to the very end, and I think those last couple minutes, that drive, the heart showed by the offensive line and the running backs, and I think it just all came full circle in a sense that, all the things we've done, all the 110s we've run, all the blood, sweat, conditioning, all the reps in the weight room, that's what it's all for, taking a knee against Florida to win the SEC championship.
Do you have a question?